Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no see. I know I have been AWOL, I have been MIA. Yeah, I have not been here. Um, this is awkward. It's kind of awkward sitting in front of this camera now after a number of months. I'm gonna have to get my feet wet again. I'm gonna have to stick my toe in the water and yeah, tell you guys what's been going on. I'm okay, just in case anyone wants to know. No big life tragedies. I didn't go on an extensive all around the globe, vacation or tour or anything like that. I have been just basically being retired and holed up in my house and doing a lot of little projects and things like that, but nothing substantial. So I am okay for you guys out there. I am getting back into the swing of things. I really wanted to decompress after retirement and see where I wanted to take my YouTube channel and this channel. And I've been reviewing a lot of my older videos and seeing, what are some things that work and some things that are not working, and then maybe focusing on some topics that are more energized for you guys and all of that. So, yeah, I'm not going to stay on here too long. I just wanted to let you know that I'm okay. Everything is okay. We haven't had any major concerns here. I've been trying to figure out a lot of stuff. I'll be putting up some topics about retirement. Yeah, retirement is definitely an eye opener. Um, till you're in the midst of it, you don't know what your day-to-day lifestyle is going to be like. So I'm going to be addressing a lot of those topics, of course, for you guys. I'm still going to be doing a lot of skincare, although I don't do as much buying of products as I used to do, but I will definitely tackle some of the skincare issues. I will tackle some health issues, even some do-it-yourself projects that have gone awry. So I do want to talk about that and what's been going on with all of that. So first off, one of the things I found out is that if you do not do any activity on your YouTube channel for a number of months, YouTube gets kind of like, where are you? Why aren't you putting up any videos? Why are you totally silent? What's going on? So in the past month, they sent me a very I don't want to say tersely worded because it really wasn't, but a very matter-of-fact type of email saying, hey, we noticed you haven't been around. We noticed you've been inactive. Hope you're doing well, but, and there was a big but in there, if you do not become active in the next, 30 days, we are going to deactivate your monetization. And by that meaning basically deactivate my account so that I could put up videos. They probably wouldn't push it as much through their algorithms as someone who is posting regularly and daily or multiple times a week. They would basically kind of bury my videos. So it was a thinly veiled, I don't want to say threat, but a thinly veiled, hey, come on back, do something, or we're just not going to put any time and effort into your channel, any longer. And that made me pause and think about a lot of things. I have been off for about 4 or 5 months. I've been enjoying my time off. I felt that I was a little bit burnt out mentally. I did need to kind of recoup mentally, and I kind of almost emotionally resented the fact that they were pushing me to make a decision. Like, really, like, okay, get on the ball, go put some stuff on here, or else we're cutting you loose. Um, I kind of feel like, yeah, you should go up there when you really feel like going up there, and when you have a topic of discussion, and not be pushed into going up there and basically, you know, reading some obscure something, anything, just to remain active. I don't believe in that. I believe in, quality over quantity. But be that as it may, I kind of sat myself down and I walked the dog a little bit, walked it outdoors, and kind of thought about a lot of things. And I said, I do enjoy putting up the videos. I do enjoy interacting with my community. I do enjoy bringing information to you guys. And I don't want to stop doing that. Do I want to do it, 7 days a week, and pushing content out and staying up till 11 o'clock at night for editing and working around the clock that I kind of used to do that when I was really churning out videos. I don't think, with my current situation, my retirement, and my health issues, that would be wise. I don't think physically I could keep doing that. So I was like, well, what's a good compromise here, where I put up videos for you guys, but I don't burn out, but I don't push myself. And what I've come to the conclusion is, I've got a few topics I really want to address. I want to come up here and talk to you guys about it, and I hope you find it enjoyable and interesting, and, kick back with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or some wine or whatever you want to do. And just, let's just talk one-on-one. Leave your comments below and your opinions on things. But I don't want to make it where, I'm forced to put content up here daily, and B, you guys probably won't be interested in clicking on my videos every single day and, sitting here for 15-20 minutes listening to me ramble about something. So I'm gonna figure all this out. I'm gonna get you guys topics. I've already have a list together of the topics I want to address for our age group, for our skincare, for our mental health, for anything that I find, good hauls, bargains, things that I've figured out, like do it yourself. Like for example, I want to talk about the real truth about all of these do-it-yourself projects that look so easy and so uncomplicated, and the YouTube do-it-yourselfers up here on YouTube make it look so glamorous and so easy to do, and with the right equipment and just watching a few of their YouTube blurbs and shorts, you are able to refinish a dining room table. You're able to rip out all your carpets. You're able to set floors, blah blah blah, whatever it is. I went through a phase where I tried to do stuff like that, and believe me, things would blow up. So I do want to address things like that. Moving on, I do want to address some health issues, things that I've gone through, doctor discussions, what you need to ask your doctor, how you need to approach certain things in your life that are happening. When should you retire? Why should you retire? Some people never want to retire. Some people want to keep going. Things like that. So if any of these topics are something you guys are interested in, stick around, and I'll be putting up these types of videos and just, getting in with it. Okay. So, what else do I want to talk about? Where have I been specifically? So, I did do some traveling. I did go down to Gainesville and Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is where my dad lives currently, and He's still living on his own. He's slowed down a little bit. He used to travel up here a lot more often, maybe like twice a year, and then it slowed down to about once a year. He no longer makes a big driving trip around, you know, going from Fort Lauderdale up here to Atlanta. So we usually put him now on a flight so he can get, you know, where he needs to go and be comfortable in that. And then he stays with us for like a month and then he goes back. But we did go down there, and I will, you know, address certain things that you go through when they're a certain age. But we did visit, and primarily we visited his condo for the sheer task of putting eyeballs on to that place to see in what condition he's living, if he's capable of living by himself, and what we need to do to start planning him to have some extra help, or place him into assisted living, or bring him back up here to Atlanta to live with us, or to live close by to us. There's a lot of you know, questions that we have to go through, a lot of paperwork, a lot of people to talk to, plus doctors, because he is in, you know, under the care of multiple doctors. His primary, he's got a podiatrist, just other things that are going on. He is a diabetic, so that's another issue that we have to be concerned about. He has been having issues with his foot, and specifically like his toe. So we've been dealing with a lot of that on a daily basis, and it's not going great. It could be worse. We've had worse in the past. He's not in a hospital. He's not in a rehab or anything like that. He's still at home, but he is having concerns with infections and things like that. So all of these have been basically on my mind. And since they've been on my mind, and since I'm dealing with an elder parent who has major health issues, you know, this is another one of the reasons where YouTube had to take, you know, the back burner, and we had to just kind of scramble and make sure we have time to deal with all of these extra things that we're dealing with. But yeah, you know, that went well. We had a great time with him in Fort Lauderdale. We spent about 3 or 4 days with him and then drove back. We drive for the most part. We don't fly, and one of the reasons is I hate the whole, I'm a chicken flyer as it is. I don't like crazies on a flight. My worst fear is getting on a plane and having some crazy nut do some weird shit on the plane. You know, go berserk, try to open up the doors, try to, you know, fight someone because they're drunk. I couldn't mentally handle that. So I'd rather put my butt in a car for 10 hours to get to where I'm going in a nice leisurely manner, being with my husband, having good talks with him, using rest stops, having a nice meal. I don't care. I don't need to get somewhere within 2 hours. I hate the whole Atlanta airport stuff. Is a disaster right now. They literally do not have the MARTA station, which is our subway. Okay, so the train that goes from you know, Metro Atlanta, we're in the suburbs, but from Metro Atlanta down to the airport station of MARTA is shut down, and has been shut down for months. The last I heard is they're opening up, I think, next week, but they've been shut down for months, redoing redoing the whole station there. Okay, whatever was broken, I don't know what was broken. They were expanding it, renovating it, upgrading it, but it has taken like over 6 months, probably around 9 months, for them to get their act together, which means you couldn't get off at the MARTA station, which leaves you right underneath the airport. So you just like get off the station and go up an escalator and you're at the airport. No, you you were stopped at like one or two stops before the airport, and then they had a bus shuttle that would shuttle you to the airport. So you had to, you know, schlep your luggages up and down elevators and escalators if you're traveling anywhere and you just don't have just carry-on. You'd have to take all your luggage and go around the station and then get on a bus and then get off the bus and then, you know, walk through the terminals and all of that. So between getting down to the airport, which for us is about an hour's commute if we're driving, it's longer if we're on MARTA, to going through security, checking in our luggage, getting on the flight, dealing with any amount of crazies or unforeseen things happening at the airport, and then arriving, you know, in Fort Lauderdale, let's just say, and renting a car and then, you know, going around with my dad and all that. It's just such a mental drainage for me and stressor for me that I'd rather, you know, get in the car and do what I have to do. I know it's not for everyone. People are going to look at me like, you're crazy, girl. You know, you'd rather drive for 10, 11 hours than, yeah, do an hour to get to the airport and then, you know, another hour to get on the plane. And okay, so it's like an hour and a half in the flight, or 2 hours, and then get off and you're there. Yeah, that's me. You know, I'd rather, unless I'm going overseas or across the country where I cannot, you know, spend a week to drive. Yeah, I'd rather drive. If it's like a flight that is, I mean, if it's like a drive that's 6 to 10 hours, even like 11 hours, I'd rather drive it than fly it. That's just me. Yeah, I know everyone's different, but that's just me. So, yeah, so long story short, the vacation wasn't really a vacation, and I'll tell you more about it in my you know, elder thing. But my dad we figured this out in his old age. He's on that borderline of being a hoarder. When I tell you I found things from the 1970s, you know, receipts and just junk all over the place. We were there working. We were working our butts off, trying to get his place cleaned up, decluttered as much as he would allow us. And that was another concern, because things that we were touching, he started getting pretty agitated about what we would deem, you know, to throw out or donate, versus what he wanted to keep. And, you know, he would sit around and as older people do, and I think a lot of us do, he would start to reminisce about stuff that he found. So I couldn't give him a task like, okay, Dad, look through this box, let me know what you want to keep, and then the rest we either throw out or donate. Because everything he touched, he had a story for. So he had to tell us, you know, oh, this receipt was from this restaurant that we went to in 1978 with your mother, and we had a great time, and we ate this and that, and look at this receipt, and, you know, a meal was only $2, and oh my gosh, you know, and we had such a great time, and you were a little kid in those days, and we left you with your grandmother, you know, I mean, just on and on and on. And we're like, okay, do you want it? Do you need it? We don't need it. Okay. Let's just throw it away. Let's move on. Okay. Then he'd pick up a book, you know, oh, this book, he had books from my elementary school. He had workbooks that I worked on, my like little math book or my English language, grammar book or whatever, he would just not part with anything. And we were like, come on, go on with it, go on with it. Come on, we got to get through this. We only have 3 or 4 days, So anyway, that in itself was an amazing reckoning. Okay. So what else has happened in my life? Let me think. My health, is being monitored. As some of you know, I have a liver condition, and I have a blood platelet condition. So those two are pretty serious conditions, which I do have to have, medication for constantly. There's still days I get like a blood test every like month, and sometimes they're holding out and they're okay. Sometimes I'm having a little blip up, and they have to tweak the medication and all that. For the most part, I have my energy, which is great. I'm not I don't have many side effects. The only side effect I still have is bathroom issues. But I have a lot more energy. I can do a lot more things. I have stamina, which I hadn't had like a year or two ago. I still take a day a week off, where I just take it very easy, and I'll just be in pajamas all day, and I won't go out, and I won't run errands or anything like that. But for the most part, I've been hanging tough, and I have a very good mental attitude about everything. As some of you know, I have not had alcohol because of the liver condition, and it's an autoimmune condition. It has nothing to do with alcoholism or that I was drinking a lot or anything like that. This is called primary biliary cholangitis, and I'll put it down here. It's an autoimmune condition that attacks your biliary ducts, and so it just basically, your body thinks your liver is almost like a foreign object and starts attacking it, which is very scary. But with this medication and the right diet, and of course not having alcohol, which is, the doctor said, look, you could have some here and there, but it's not going to do you any good, and it might hinder the effects of the medication you're on. So if I were you and you can avoid alcohol, please do so. And I did. The day that he told me it's not gonna make your life any better, is the day that I stopped. So I've been sober, alcohol free for over 1,000 days now, which is remarkable. I didn't even know that could be an issue. And that in itself has been very validating. I think I have a lot of support from my immediate family, and a lot of support from my friends, close friends, who are remarkable people. And personally speaking, I only keep remarkable people in my life. I don't keep negative people in my life. I have never had anyone say, oh God, why do you listen to your doctor, and that's BS, and you can have a drink, oh go ahead, it's not going to hurt you or anything like that. Everyone has been amazingly supportive, to the point where one of my husband's friends, and consequently a good friend of mine, I posted on Facebook a Bloody Mary that I had for what was it? What was our occasion? Mother's Day. That's right, Mother's Day. So we went out and I had a Bloody Mary, and he's like, he posted underneath, you know, as a comment, are you sure you're supposed to be having that, Maria? Are you sure you're supposed to be having that? And I, you know, I made the little smiley face and I said, it's alcohol free. It's just the little Bloody Mary mix. There's no alcohol in it. And it was wonderful because it showed how caring someone was to actually call me out on it, to like go, oh, oh, are you drinking? You're not supposed to be drinking. Are you drinking? And it just it made me feel great that someone was looking out for me, that my friends are all looking out for me, that they're calling me on the carpet if they ever see me drink, you know, that it's not healthy for me. And that's, you know, the way it's supposed to be. So very grateful for these people. Hey guys, I had to stop the video for a second because my husband came home with groceries. Yay. So I guess I'm going to just wrap it up here. I didn't want to get this to be too long-winded. So just wanted to let you know that I'm good, I'm healthy, you know, and I'll be back doing some specific videos on, you know, health and skincare and everything like that. And hopefully we'll have a good time. And yeah, leave me all your comments. Please subscribe and thumbs up and all of that jazz. I don't even remember how to say any of those things anymore. It's just crazy. But you know me, I'll stick it out and be around here and, you know, try to get you some pretty cool topics of discussion. And I did put up a video like beginning of the week, but I wasn't on it. It was just, you know, background video without my face on it. So I'll do a couple of those two kind of quick videos without me actually sitting in front of the camera. It might be just some voiceover or something I find online, like on a website that I want to talk about, kind of behind the scenes. The one that I put up was actually about about my smartphone. It's what is it called? The Amazfit BIP 5. I love this thing. I'm going to give it its own little video and review, but just to let you know, it's the BIP 5, and I got it at Walmart for a really good deal, and I am loving it. I gave my Apple Watch to my son, who's using it for himself, and he's a type 1 diabetic, so his blood sugar monitor, which is called a Dexcom, which is on him, he wears that 24/7. Those numbers filter into the Apple Watch through an app, so he uses that to kind of monitor his blood sugars, and it alerts him on his wrist, you know, when his blood sugars are going low or too high or anything like that. This doesn't work with the Dexcom that I know of, but I don't need it to, so I gave him you know, the more advanced, let's just say, Apple Watch, and I'm using this, but I absolutely really like this watch. So I will be giving you guys an updated review on it, so stay tuned for that, and that's it. So I love you guys. Thank you again for stopping by and sticking this out, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye.